Mm. Gotta love double chocolate, folks. Speaking of military, nothing is as it seems, not even in the military. I mean, officially on paperwork, what was I? Oh, I drove a tank. And I drove an M60A3 tank with TTS. That's my on paper. The truth is that I was a military strategist, talking to majors and colonels and generals even. I can say that now, I guess. I don't think anybody's going to say shit to me over it. But anyways, yeah. So but yeah. Now Vaughn, did you really drive a tank? Yeah, I really drove a tank. I loaded it. Even fired a main gun a few times. But a lot of times, what was I doing? I was talking strategy with the brass, which of course pissed off all the NCOs because the NCOs thought I was, there's kind of a rivalry in there where you got the NCOs versus the brass, and you're either on one side of the camp or other, and if you're on the side of the brass, well, you're just fucking evil, and but no, I was a military strategist. And they plucked me up and threw me in there when I stupidly said one day, under divine inspiration, I assume, is that war's coming and we're not ready. Well, that war ended up being Desert Storm and Desert Shield, didn't it? But in the interim, they scooped me up and they're like, "Where'd you get this from?" And I said, "Foreknowledge, and you come with us." And so I'm talking to, next thing I know, I'm driving a major around in a fucking deuce and a half and fucking vehicles and shit. And I'm talking to all kinds of brass about shit, and so everything can be deceiving. I mean, look at James Arnold Frost, my neighbor down here. Oh, he was a door gunner in Vietnam. Wait a minute, door gunners can learn how to manipulate people's minds? No, that's CIA that does that shit. That's spook territory. Now, he probably really did man a gun in a helicopter. He probably did. I mean, I really fired a gun. I really drove a tank in the military, but I was doing military strategy mostly for the brass. Whereas he was a CIA operative posing as a military personnel, but I'm sure he really did run a gun in a helicopter. I have no doubt. But gunners in helicopters don't learn how to fuck with people's heads, now do they? No, they do not. That's spook territory. So he's a lot more than just a door gunner in a Huey, now isn't he? Yeah, absolutely.